Established in 2005, the Association of Collegiate Anglers was the first organization to provide a national tournament trail for college anglers to fish competitively. The ACA was founded to promote the sport of collegiate bass fishing while allowing anglers to compete with no entry fee and no membership fees. This year, the ACA celebrates its 20th season. Overwhelming industry support and angler participation have led to record attendance and valuable prize payouts at each of the 4 major events. On this episode of the Bass Pro Shops Collegiate Bass Fishing Series, we will bring you final day coverage of the Bass Pro Shops Big Bass Bash presented by Berkley from Kentucky Lake. The record-breaking field of over 600 anglers using only Berkley baits will be looking to land the biggest bass they can. A total of 40 prize payouts are set to be awarded today, and an overall winner crowned. Who will win the first ACA event of this historic 20th season? Find out next.
Welcome in to this episode of the Bass Pro Shops Collegiate Bass Fishing Series. During today's show, we return back out to Kentucky Lake in Henry County in Paris, Tennessee for day 2 of tournament competition at the Bass Pro Shops Big Bass Bash presented by Berkley.
Yesterday, we made a long run that paid off for us. We found some shallow foundations that we felt could hold really big fish, and we just trusted our gut and went for it.
You know, we're running and gunning points this morning, shell bar. We're just gonna fish top water. We're looking for one bite, that's all it is. And we need to get the right ones. Yesterday, Storm got one that early that morning when we first got out there, and we're hoping to get another one today.
On day 1 of tournament competition, the record-breaking field of over 600 anglers found a great deal of success out on Kentucky Lake as they searched for quality bites to bring to the scales. Numerous fish eclipsing the 6-pound mark were weighed in, and competitors will be looking for a bite going 6.5 pounds or better to try and take the lead.
So I only have a 621. Usually it takes like a 6.5 or above to win this thing. So I gotta catch another big one for the School of the Year points. At least someone on our team has to catch a 5-pounder to be up there in the School of the Year points.
Yesterday morning, in the first 45 minutes to an hour of fishing, caught a 6-pounder. It ended up being pretty good. It was a fun catch, that's for sure. It was exciting. And sitting in second right now overall, so we'll see how that pans out.
Right now, we're 2 of the fish that we weighed in yesterday are sitting in 4th and 10th overall. So we're looking to go catch a couple more big ones like what we did yesterday. We're really looking for that 6+ pound bite. Try and win this thing. But if we can get a couple more heavy 5s on the scales, we'll be stoked about that.
It's one fish, just one cast can make the difference. Like I said, it's only a 6 and change leading right now, and anybody out here, no matter freshman or senior, 5th year, etc., could win this thing. Just one cast.
Day 2 of tournament competition will consist of 3 weigh-in sessions. The first 2 sessions will award prizes to the top 10, with the final session of the day awarding prizes to the top 20. Anglers will be competing for their share of the more than $40,000 in prizes and contingencies, as well as double points to count towards the Bass Pro Shop School of the Year presented by Abu Garcia.
The prizes that ACA gives you is incredible. All the sponsors that ACA has, they do a great job supporting all of our events. They're all free entry. We get meals at every event. They truly are the leader of collegiate bass fishing.
I'm tying on a finesse jig right now with a Berkley flat-nosed minnow on the back.
On day 2 of tournament competition, anglers are permitted to use only Berkley baits. Given the time of the year, many of Berkley's different topwater baits will be tied on. Trailers for jigs, soft plastic finesse baits, swim baits, and more will be in play today on Kentucky Lake.
We're throwing, for the most part, a Berkley Chapo in the morning at them.
Yeah, so we actually have a little bit of assortment. We have some K-Walkers, J-Walkers,
Magic Swimmer.
Yeah, Magic Swimmer.
We go out on the water now to begin coverage with 8th-ranked McKendree University. Team member Zach Pocos is the overall leader for the event, with the largemouth bass weighing 6.21 pounds.
I'm tying on a J-Walker. See if we can't catch him on a topwater in the shade here on this bank. More subtle approach compared to a Chapo, which we've been throwing. Haven't thrown the J-Walker yet. Pretty sure this is a J-Walker, yeah. There's brush piles off the bank. yesterday we fished those first. Some of us were fishing the bank as we went down fishing the piles, and we caught more fish on the bank, didn't get a bite out of the brush piles, so we're fishing the bank first today, and then after the bank we're going to go back up it and fish the brush piles.
It's time now for our first break in the show. Coming up next, we continue on-the-water coverage from Kentucky Lake, as well as weigh-in fish for Session 1 presented by Abu Garcia. Keep it tuned right here for more. Are you looking for more coverage and content from the Bass Pro Shops Collegiate Bass Fishing Series? Subscribe to our YouTube channel for extended clips, sensational shorts, product content featuring series partners, and much more. Just scan this QR code to subscribe and stay up to date on all things college fishing.
Got a nice 1.5 pounder of a pile dragging a Berkley 7-inch power worm.
Welcome back out to Kentucky Lake for Day 2 coverage of the Bass Pro Shops Big Bass Bash presented by Berkley. The current overall leader for the event, Zach Pocos from 8th ranked McKendree University, is continuing to search for a big bite to best his first place fish.
We're just trying to fish this bank slow. We know they're here. Just gotta land a jig in front of their face. We haven't really gotten many fish to eat a crankbait this week. I know a lot of people are catching them on a crankbait, but this boat hasn't really caught them on a crankbait, so we've just resorted to fishing slow. It's been working. Just need to connect with a big one. Got him.
That was funny. Yeah, I literally saw it on scope and I was like,
Dude, there's one on the dock.
That was my mentality going into this week, was to just take it as a learning experience, especially on a lake like Kentucky Lake. There's a lot to learn out here. So yeah, Zach and Tucker have been really good partners out here, and I've learned a lot from them. So just watching them, like how much they're in sync together, they're a really good team. They've been catching a lot of fish. I've been learning how they find their spots and stuff like that and break down a lake as big as Kentucky Lake. So I'd say I couldn't ask for a much better situation as a freshman for my first ever college tournament.
Anglers are finding success catching fish on Berkley baits during Day 2 action. Let's go on back to Paris Landing State Park now for weigh-in of Session 1 presented by Abu Garcia. All right, moving right along, Session 1 presented by Abu Garcia. First place, Christian Moore, Tarleton State with 5:39. That's the mark to beat here. In the first session of the day, Day 2, Bass Pro Shops Big Bass Bash presented by Berkley, as these anglers are using only Berkley baits to catch these bass. 7 on the board so far. 7th place at bottom number's 250. We get 10 on the board. We'll be able to pay out the top 10 here in Session 1 presented by Abu Garcia. We've got a good one. Come on, man. Noah from Itawamba Community College, bagging all in there. We'll get it weighed. It's got to go 540 to take the lead. Do you have it?
I might.
Overall leader of the whole tournament, also new leader, Session 1 presented by Abu Garcia. That bass right there goes 660. Pull it out, man. Hold it up for the camera. Noah Daniels from Itawamba Community College wins Session 1 presented by Abu Garcia with 6.60 pounds. Catching that bass on a Berkley soft plastic bait, Noah earns 2 Abu Garcia Revo reels as well as 2 Abu Garcia rods.
Went up and fished just junk fish, really. Fished a bunch of docks, a bunch of bars, a bunch of offshore stuff, a bunch of shallow stuff. Threw about everything in the kitchen sink at them, top water, anything like that. And ended up just fishing just about everything, but ended up just luckily pulling up to a bar and catching one good one.
Let's go out on the water now with the Session 1 leader to hear how he caught that prize-winning fish, as well as learn more about the Berkley baits they are using.
I rolled up this morning. I was over there fishing those docks right over there and throwing a chatterbait and rolled out here. I said, let's go hit this, should be a good spot. And third cast on it, I caught a 6-6. I got a Carolina rig, jigger crawl, I got a Berkley jig, a stunner, and a few flatworms rigged up here.
I'm throwing the same crawl as him, but on a Texas rig. And then I threw their chatterbait, their coal shad, pretty much everything.
Time now for our second break in the show. When we return, we continue coverage from Kentucky Lake for the final day of tournament competition at the Bass Pro Shops Big Bass Bash presented by Berkley. Don't go away.
My favorite Berkley bait for Kentucky Lake this time of year is a cane walker.
Throwing a Berkley Chopo and a Berkley Bullet Pop.
A Berkley Jaywalker as well as the Chopo.
Welcome back to coverage of the Bass Pro Shops Big Bass Bash presented by Berkley at Kentucky Lake in Henry County in Paris, Tennessee. On day 2 of tournament competition, anglers are permitted to use only Berkley baits, from topwater to crankbaits, soft plastics, and trailers for various styles of baits. Anglers are tying on the full lineup of Berkley products to find success.
Putting on a Berkley pit boss here on a wobblehead to throw down in this brush pile.
The Chopo, cane walker, the 10-inch worm. Berkley Magic Swimmer is another one. Yeah. Green pumpkin, purple flake, chigger crawl.
I'm throwing a Berkley Jaywalker 100. I like a little bit smaller size. I feel like I catch, catch smallmouth on it better. The bigger smallmouth kind of, from what I've seen this week, they kind of like something a little bit smaller. And also the largemouth will get it as well. And I've been working it really erratic. I've been throwing it over these shallow bars and working it really fast, trying to get a reaction strike. Whenever it comes over his head, I want him to have either 2 decisions, either eat it now or don't eat it at all. And because a lot of times whenever you're working it really fast over them, I'm pretty much not even walking it. I'm just pretty much skipping it across the top of the surface, and it's just a reaction strike is all it is, and it just triggers those big fish to bite.
Oh, that's the one we were looking for here on Kentucky Lake. Oh, that's a grown one. All right, yeah, it's about 10:18 right now. We've been throwing jigs all morning, and it got slow, so I decided to pick up a finesse bait, grabbed a drop shot with a little Berkley worm right there. It's skeet reese money, and I got bit pretty quick out of a drop or a pile on a drop shot. So yeah, I'm retying now after that one in the brush, and we're gonna see if we can't upgrade or get one more big for the school and really get some points for McHenry University. So
as day 2 of tournament competition continues on, we return back to Paris Landing State Park for weigh-in during Session 2 presented by TH Marine to see the quality bass anglers are catching on Berkley baits.
We got a good one. This was going to push for the lead here. It's got to go, I believe, 660 or bigger for overall big bass. This Session 2 presented by TH just got to go 522. Jonah from Weber International. New leader overall tournament, 670. Pull it out, hold it up for the camera. We're leading Session 2. We're leading the whole deal. Good job, man.
Jonah Durden from Weber International University wins Session 2 presented by TH Marine with a largemouth bass weighing 6.70 pounds. Besting second place in that session by just under 1.5 pounds, Jonah also takes the overall lead for the tournament. The session victory pays out a $300 Bass Pro Shops gift card, TH Marine Hydrowave, and TH Marine Trailer Light Kit.
Caught the day 2, Session 2, big bass. 670. I'm pretty pumped about it, man. It was pretty exciting. We came and weighed in session 1. I weighed in a little smallmouth, and it was like almost 3 pounds. And we went back out. It was right after 9:30, and we pulled up to a different spot that we ain't fished yet. And I casted a big old 10-inch Berkley worm out there, and first cast, I felt him thump it, and I set the hook, and it was a fight. Had me all wrapped up in the brush pile, and we got it in, and I was freaking out. It was crazy.
Following the conclusion of Session 2 presented by TH Marine, we go out on the water with the session winner and current leader for the event, Jonah Durden from Weber International University.
Man, it was awesome. We pulled up back there, right on the other side of that point, and we had been fishing up by the bridge all day. We stopped there yesterday on the way in and found some good fish on jerk baits right there. And pulled up there this morning with the stunner and caught a 2.5-pound smallmouth and weighed it in at like 9:20. And we left there, and I
came straight over there to that point over there.
Straight over to that point, and pulled up, and there's contour lines, and there's a big hole right there in the middle. And I put the trolling motor down, and I was like, that hole looks good, and I cast it across it, and I just dropped my rod like this right here, and I just felt a tug, and I was like, oh my God, there he is, and set the hook, and he got me all wrapped up. I guess there was some brush down there, and it was a fight for sure. It was crazy. I caught it on this bait right here, a 10-inch power worm, using a shaky head.
We cut it down just a bit.
Yeah, we cut it down a few inches, so it looked more natural than shaky head, and it was awesome. It was crazy. I was shaking.
And we've now reached our final break in the show. Coming up next, we conclude coverage of the Bass Pro Shops Big Bass Bash presented by Berkley. Keep it tuned here to learn more about Henry County and Paris, Tennessee, as well as see weigh-in highlights for Session 3 presented by Berkley.
Welcome back to this episode of the Bass Pro Shops Collegiate Bass Fishing Series. The first stop for the Association of Collegiate Anglers' historic 20th season, the Bass Pro Shops Big Bass Bash presented by Berkley is being contested at Kentucky Lake in Henry County in Paris, Tennessee. Located in the northwest portion of the state, this area has lots to offer, including small town charm.
Paris has a population of 10,000, and so it's a great place that has a lot of local small businesses, restaurants. Our downtown area is a particular thriving area, especially for a small downtown. And so we like to welcome anybody that wants to come here and have a little small town charm, but with all the amenities that you would look for in a destination.
One of the main draws to the Henry County and Paris, Tennessee area is Kentucky Lake. The lake offers a vast fishery where anglers can spread out and fish their strengths. Kentucky Lake has played host to many major events for the ACA over the last 15 years, annually producing plenty of big bites during this big bass format tournament.
You're seeing large numbers again in the pounds that are coming in the bass, and so we are just so proud of our lake and what it means to our community.
With on-the-water action drawing to a close, we go now to Paris Landing State Park for the final weigh-in session of the event. Session 3 presented by Berkley.
All right, we've got a good one here. We'll see just how much it's going to weigh. 670 is the overall big bass right now. About 4.5 pounds will take the session lead. We've got Evan from the University of Montevallo. Man, we got to go 670. What do you think you got?
I don't know. It'll be a little bit over that, I believe.
We're going over 7 pounds, 711, new overall big bass of the tournament, leader of the session presented by Berkley. Pull it out, hold it up, man. We'll talk to you once we get some pictures.
Evan Mabry from 6th ranked University of Montevallo wins Session 3 presented by Berkley with 7.11 pounds. For winning the final session of the event, Evan receives a $1,000 Bass Pro Shops gift card, an Abu Garcia casting rod, and an assortment of Berkley baits. Session 3 presented by Berkley awarded prizes to the top 20 biggest fish brought to the scales.
It was one of those things, I mean, we knew that we were doing something that if we were to get bites, it would be a big one, but it was hard to come by a bite, and we grinded it out for 2 days and only caught one keeper, and it just ended up being the right one.
That one keeper bite ended up being all that Evan needed to catch to win the tournament title. At 7.11 pounds, Evan edges out second place by just under half a pound. Jonah Durden from Weber International University places in second, and Brant Rowland from Drury University rounds out the top three with 6.67 pounds. Following the first ACA double points event of the season, here's a look at the standings for the Bass Pro Shop School of the Year presented by Abu Garcia. Evan's victory at Kentucky Lake helps to propel the University of Montevallo into the #1 spot. Carson Newman University moves into second, and the University of North Alabama remains in third.
And that will conclude our coverage from Kentucky Lake for the Bass Pro Shops Big Bass Bash presented by Berkley. Special thanks to Bass Pro Shops and Berkley for their title sponsorship and support of this event, as well as the Henry County Tourism Authority for their help and hospitality on site. Thanks for watching this episode of the Bass Pro Shops Collegiate Bass Fishing Series. This has been a Careco TV production.